ask you for the purpose of the recording to state your name and position and today's date would be great too. Just for the archaeologists who might discover, say, who is this guy? I don't know who he is.
Well, I'm Bill Laatsch. Laatsch rhymes with crotch. May 2009.
Sitting here in the Chancellor's office.
Okay.
I'm Vice Chancellor, but I come in here and sit occasionally. Sense of power.
Well, that's wonderful. Were you ever in this office?
Nope.
'Cause I know you've had many positions,
Yeah,
it seems.
no.
Well, let me start out with questions about how you came to UW Green Bay. I have some questions about it, but let's talk about the history of your involvement.
Well, the two major reasons for coming here. One is, I think, the location. We were working and living in Edmonton, Alberta, at the University of Alberta at the time, and we had the only grandchild in the family. The grandparents of that little girl lived here in Wisconsin, and I didn't really want, Fran and I did not want to deny them the experience of having a granddaughter. So that was important. And then the other aspect of Green Bay itself was the innovative academic plan that was so appealing. Geographies are inherently interdisciplinary in their training, and I felt very comfortable with that kind of environment. So it was that was the big appeal.
Now, did you go to Madison for part of your training?
No, I went to Carroll College, now Carroll University, in Waukesha, and they had an outstanding geography department there. In fact, in my senior graduating class at Carroll, the class of 60, there were 12 geography majors, and 9 of us have Ph.D s. It was a very, very productive program. Then we had a close relationship with the University of Oklahoma, and I went there for a master's degree. While I was there, the head of the department from University of Alberta, Edmonton, was a visiting professor, and he invited me to come to Edmonton. It had great appeal because I had an interest in high latitudes and rural settlement, and that was his interest. And at the time, they were the biggest geography department in North America, so it was a huge department. They offered tremendous facilities and very attractive stipend for graduate students. Edmonton was still in the midst of an oil boom at that time, and so there was just lots of money. I don't think that Fran and I had more disposable income in our lives than we did as a graduate student. It was pretty nice.
What was your dissertation on?
Well, as I say, I was interested in high latitude stuff, and was also interested in northern development. And so I studied the infrastructure development of mining in the Yukon Territory. So spent a great deal of time there and looking at all aspects of town site development, which includes infrastructure of schools if necessary, shopping if necessary, housing, recreation, food service, but then essentially the broader aspects of transportation, which is the key to development in the north. So it was a great topic at the time. It's even a greater topic right now. So it's, as we look here in the first decade of the 21st century at northern development, it's on the front page of the Wall Street Journal every week.
You're known as quite a lecturer, a lecture hall star, let's say. And I'm wondering, did you do teaching elsewhere before coming here?
I don't know about my star qualities, but yeah, I came from a family that was in all aspects of education, including higher education, and I never wanted to do that. I just did not want to be in education, and so I bounced around a little bit, and then finally, really, sincerely, Paul, and it sounds hokey, I know, but I really felt a calling for education, and so I spent a year getting the teaching certification, and was fortunate enough to land a job in mid-year, and taught 7th, 8th, and 9th grade earth science and geography. And that was excellent training for teaching. I mean, the idea of lesson plans and objectives and goals and activities and sorting all of those out, I think gave me some valuable experience in classroom procedure and decorum. So that I found that invaluable. If I'm reasonably good at it, I think it comes through that, but also a tremendous enthusiasm for what I'm doing, and I'm just I think a very enthusiastic teacher because I'm excited about geography and sharing it, and hoping that someday I'll get it right. And I think teaching is a mysterious activity, and just like Al McGuire and Dick Bennett, we're always looking for that perfect game. I'm always looking for the perfect class. I've never had it, but you know, I've kept at it for a long time trying to find it.
Did you say your parents were teachers?
No, my mother had been. My father was a businessman.
Okay. Are you from this area, from Milwaukee?
From Waukesha.
From Waukesha?
Yeah.
Okay. What did your dad do?
He was in business, and he was always after me to go into to be self-employed, as he was. But he could never feel comfortable taking days off. He was always the last one to be paid. It was that did not appeal to me. But my mother and aunts and uncles had all been in education, so it was, I guess, inevitable.
Okay. I'm gonna move